Hello Year 1, this video will help you with your remote learning for Tuesday the 2nd of February, and today we're going to be looking at features of a fact file. Now before we do that, you need to understand what kind of text fact files are. Now fact files are non-fiction. Do you know what non-fiction is? Well, fact files are non-fiction, and recently you've been doing lots of reading of fiction. Do you know what fiction is? Well, let's have a look at the difference between fiction text and non-fiction text. So fiction texts are the stories that you've been reading, and there's something special about the stories I'm going to discuss with you. And then the fact files we're going to be looking at are non-fiction texts, which are actually information texts. Let's look at the stories again. Now you know it's a story, and you can tell that it's not real, it's been made up. And stories tend to have characters like Little Red Riding Hood. And they're made up because there's really no such person, Little Red Riding Hood. She's just been made up for the story, with the big bad wolf, or the three little pigs, or the billy goat Gruffs. Now, stories tend to have a setting, which means they are set somewhere. It could be set on the Troll's Bridge, it could be set on a mountain, or the story could take place in the Three Bears' house. So different places that the stories take place in. And stories tend to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And they have illustrations, which are pictures and drawings telling you about what's happening in the story. Okay? Now, non-fiction texts are also called information texts, and they are real and true. Okay? They're not made up. They give us lots of information, and we've already read some information texts and some fact files about animals, so they gave us lots of information. They teach us new things. I'm sure when you read the fact files, you found out things about animals that you did not know before. And they also have some features like headings, which is another word for a title, or captions. You will even see real pictures, so there'll be photographs of real things, and it even has a contents page. So let's have a look at some of these features. Now, information books tend to have something called contents pages. Okay, so you'll find a page like this in an information book, which tells you all the different sections in the book and tells you what page you'll find them. Now, information books you don't have to read in order. You can read it in any order you like. So you could read the first section, What is Music, on page 4, and then you can look down and say, oh, I want to read about xylophones. So you can go straight to page 16 and read about xylophones, and then maybe later on read about triangles. So it doesn't matter what order you read it in. Information books also have headings, or another word would be titles. So at the beginning of a section you'll find a title saying what is music, or a title telling you what's going to be on the page. So you'll find headings in information books. You'll also find photographs, so photographs of animals, as you've seen in your fact file. It's a photograph of a little girl playing a triangle. And photographs underneath them tend to have something called captions, and these are short sentences which tell you about the photograph. It tells you what's going on in the photograph. Okay? Another thing you'll find in an information book is a diagram. It might be a photograph or a drawing of something, and it helps explain what's going on and gives you more information. And another special thing about diagrams are you tend to have labels next to them. They could be one word, or they could be a short sentence explaining what's in the diagram. Okay, so diagrams and labels tend to go together. Another thing that you find in information books is a glossary. Now, a glossary is a bit like a dictionary in the back of the book, because when you're reading information books, you'll find words that are new or difficult or you've never heard of before. So what they do is they put the word in the back of the book in alphabetical order, and next to it is a sentence to explain what the word is. So again, it's a bit like a dictionary. Now if you go to your Purple Match to do, you'll find a page like this, which has all those different things we've just been talking about. You'll find a contents page on here, you have to find it yourself. You'll find a heading, you'll find some photographs and diagrams, and you'll find some labels. You'll even find a glossary. So what you need to do is have a good look at this page, and all the words you need are written down. So glossary, caption, label, diagram. You need to click into the text boxes and label all the sections correctly. So first of all, it says heading, so that's a title. So I've got Dinosaurs is the title for this book. So in here, I'm going to put the word heading. See if you can work out what the others are. Have a go.